Let's talk about 5 unusual signs that you may be an HSP. Hi, I'm Ashton, psychotherapist specializing in high sensitivity, HSP myself, and helping other HSPs live a life they love. Okay, unusual sign number 1, body pain. It is a common characteristic that HSPs can experience body aches or body pain more often than, say, a non HSP. And of course, anyone can have body pain. And the reason that body pain tends to be more common in HSPs is because of our nervous systems. So, because we are taking in all of this extra information, sensory information, and we're processing it in our nervous system, that can often send our nervous system into the fight or flight mode. Okay, so when we are in a constant state of over arousal, we can have muscle tension. We actually, the muscle memory can, every time we have that extra stimuli or where we're in a similar situation, the muscle memory can bring us right back into that same habituated pattern. Like perhaps you feel it in your jaw, or maybe you have tension in your neck or in your shoulders, and it's due to all of the sensory information that HSPs are bringing in. It's like we have 100 antenna bringing in this information, whereas a non HSP has maybe 10 antenna. So it can be a lot on the body, and it often is a lot on the body. So one of the things that I recommend for HSPs is body work. Whatever body work that floats your boat, whether it's massage or Reiki or craniosacral therapy or chiropractic, body work is really going to help your body return to that state of homeostasis. Okay, unusual sign number 2. You want to sleep alone. I know that can be taboo in today's society. Um, we often think like if husband and wife or partner and partner or wife and wife or husband and husband or whomever are not sleeping together, that there's an issue. We think of, oh, so and so is on the couch tonight, or my partner's sleeping in the guest room tonight. Well, that doesn't have to be a sign of an issue or that there's a problem. It can just be um, the way that you guys sleep together. So, as an HSP, our nervous systems are, like I said before, bringing in all of this extra information, this sensory input, the sensory data. So, and we're, because of these 100 antennas, our husband or partner or wife or whomever is snoring, instead of just being perhaps a slight annoyance, is sounds like uh a jet flying in the night or something like that. Or instead of just our partners tossing and turning, mildly disturbing us or waking us up from time to time, it feels like a waterbed from, I don't know, Godzilla's in the waterbed with us or something like that. Because of these 100 antenna, things feel at a much greater amplitude for the highly sensitive person than for a non-HSP. So if you can, and you want to, of course, sleep in a different bedroom. If that's not possible because you don't have the space or you don't have an extra bedroom, then there are things that you can do to still stay in the same bedroom. You could put 2 mattresses side by side, or you could even have the same mattress but have 2 sets of sheets. So, like, one person is on top of the sheets, one person is underneath, so that it kind of minimizes the movement. Or you have one of those beds where they adjust at different rates. They have different levels of firmness. You could have a sound machine that kind of blocks out any noises. Maybe you have an agreement that once you get in the room, lights are out, everybody goes to sleep at the same time. Things like that to just minimize disruptions. Because sleep, although it is important for everybody to get quality sleep, it is crucial for an HSP to get deep, restorative sleep so that nervous system can hit the reset button. Okay, unusual sign number 3, you can easily snap. And I don't mean snap your fingers, I mean go off the rails. And not literally go off the rails, but you can have that jolt to your nervous system, and so that it can be so jarring and jolting because of the depth of processing that we experience, and the overstimulation that can happen. So like perhaps um, music, volume set on 17 for a non-HSP is no big deal, but set on 17 for an HSP is just like torturous, right? So when this happens, and it happens over time, and this depth of processing, it actually takes our nervous systems longer to recover. So that next time you're about to hear a jet fly by right now, flies over, you might just stop jets, and then you can reset. So HSPs can easily snap. Unusual sign number 4, your day is done at sunset. Okay, so as we talked about before, that HSPs really, it's crucial to have deep restorative sleep. We often can wake up feeling refreshed. Okay, it's like a new day. We've had a reset button. Pardon me. And so not all HSPs, but often HSPs tend to be morning people, meaning we start out and our bucket of energy is pretty full if we've gotten a good night's sleep. And then throughout the day, it goes down and down and down and down. And what can happen is that because of the way that we're wired, and bringing all these, I'm going to keep going back to the 100 antenna, we're bringing in all this extra information, and our bucket goes from being full to kind of down here. Instead of in say 12 hours, it can go a lot more quickly, so by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, you're donezo. My phone is off and on do not disturb by 7 o'clock at night every night. Everybody knows, don't call me. I don't schedule anything in the evenings. It's just the way we're wired. And I can say that taking breaks throughout the day where even if it's 5 minutes, where you're not bringing any new information in, you're not scrolling on your phone, you're not learning something, you're not talking to somebody, it can really just give a quick little reset. And particularly if you can combine that time, that 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, even better, in nature really helps HSPs hit that reset button. Okay, unusual sign number 5 that you may be an HSP, you cry at your child's dance recital or sporting event or something of that nature. And what I mean by that is because of the way our brains are, and that we have more activation in the mirror neurons, we can actually experience something like somebody else is experiencing it. So if our child is in a dance recital and they're just feeling so wonderful about themselves, we can really tune into that and feel that love and the excitement and the joy that they're experiencing, if it's a dance recital or a sporting event or any other act that your kid is doing. Now, on the flip side of that, if they, let's say, are going for that, that shot in a basketball tournament and they miss and they feel, sad or disappointed or embarrassed, then we can feel that too. So it's a both and. We can tune into and feel what they're feeling positively or negatively, or I should say pleasant or unpleasant emotions. So those are the 5 unusual signs that you may be an HSP. And if you think you are an HSP, click on the link below, grab my guide to help you reduce anxiety and boost self-esteem. And remember, when you understand your sensitivity and you embrace it as your greatest asset, you too can live a life you love.